Officer Baker, I noticed a couple of, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago, I found some humor in one of the posts that you had put on Twitter where you had an encounter with a driver you stopped and you joked about looking for an appropriate charge for his Boston Bruins flags. And so it kind of made me think about, in your experience there in your area, what is typically the nature of an exchange that you have when you're on a traffic stop or you're initiating contact with somebody? I know it can be a tense situation for people. Some people react differently, especially when they see someone in uniform. But generally speaking, what is your take on it?
Yeah. Well, that gentleman, he was a great sport. That was back during the NHL playoffs there, and our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, unfortunately, did not come out victorious last year, but that's, of course, going to change in the next couple of years here. But yeah, I just snapped a photo at the side of the road and asked Twitter, what do you think the appropriate charge would be for driving around with these Boston Bruin flags? And, that's the personal side. Everyone had a good laugh and joke, but with actually pulling people over, to be honest, and most people find this surprising, I find the vast majority of the time it's actually a positive experience, both for myself and for the driver. And I think it's all an exchange between the driver and myself. I know Marc's really good at it too, but kind of developed a system over the years where you stop someone, make sure that they're aware of the reason why you're stopping them. If I do decide to lay a charge, usually there's a bunch of other charges as well that I could lay. And I always make sure that I'm notifying them of all these other options that were out there. And most people are surprised, but usually I'm getting thanked by the end of the traffic stop. They're saying, thank you so much. I'm sorry for doing that. Or it's not something that most people would expect. And there's always the odd one where that doesn't go according to plan. They're having a really bad day, but that's what, the court system's there for if they decide to dispute it or what have you. But yeah, I would say, in policing, I think sometimes there's a lot of sales. If you do a good job, you're out there, selling yourself, selling the service that we're providing. And it's not always a positive one for the public, but sometimes they need it, unfortunately. And if you're a good salesman or a good marketer, you can make it the most positive experience for everybody.